Former President Donald Trump pleads not guilty to new charges involving classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. The GOP frontrunner faces a total of 40 felony counts in Florida.
And that is just part of his legal problems.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Trump Watch Daily. Look, after 30 years watching these political circus acts, I thought I'd seen it all. Until today. This is the exact moment every single one of Trump's legal defenses completely implodes. I'm talking about the secret surveillance tape where this guy gets caught red-handed, barking orders like a cornered mob boss to destroy evidence he swore under oath he never touched.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
It started right at the beginning.
Like when Millie's talking about, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in.
Not some vague hint, not his usual, I was just kidding garbage. Straight up criminal orders, loud and crystal clear. When that video played in court, the whole room went deathly silent. This, my friends, is what political suicide looks like on camera. And damn, this is going to be fun.
And we're learning exclusive new details about the investigation into former President Trump's handling of classified documents. Sources tell ABC News the special counsel's team is scrutinizing a previously unreported trip the former president took to Mar-a-Lago weeks before the FBI raid. At least one witness recalls being told that Trump was there, quote, checking on the boxes. This says Trump's attorneys are seeking to invalidate the special counsel's appointment.
This is the bombshell prosecutors have been waiting for. Trump made a secret trip to Mar-a-Lago weeks before the FBI raid, just to check on the boxes, right after telling his lawyer everything was returned. This is textbook obstruction, and now it's being added to new charges across multiple jurisdictions, including claims he tried to destroy the security camera footage.
Well, Anthony Tia, as of right now, the former president is facing criminal charges in 3 different jurisdictions and may soon be charged in a 4th. Now, Trump was not in court this morning, but we did see both accused co-conspirators in this case. Now, in this updated indictment, prosecutors claim Trump and 2 staffers tried to destroy security camera video before investigators could get it. Trump's lawyers pleaded not guilty for him this morning, and his personal aide, Walt Nauta, pleaded not guilty also.
On February 14th, 2026, Judge Arthur Engoron gave the country the most explosive Valentine's Day present possible. He calmly pressed play on the surveillance footage that Trump's lawyers had fought tooth and nail to keep hidden for months. What we witnessed wasn't speculation anymore. It was living, breathing proof. Prosecutors say Trump and his 2 loyal staffers frantically worked to wipe out security camera footage right before investigators could secure it. A former president of the United States acting like a low-level mob boss scrambling to cover his tracks. Legally, this is a clear-cut violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1519, destruction of records in a federal investigation, with penalties of up to 20 years per count. And yet, despite everything, Trump continues to insist he did nothing wrong.
Now, former U.S. President Donald Trump says he did nothing wrong after new charges in the investigation into his retention of classified documents. Prosecutors accuse him of attempting to destroy evidence. They allege that he asked a maintenance worker to delete security camera video, but Trump says that he handed over the tapes to investigators. Trump has already pleaded not guilty to 37 other charges in this case.
Trump says he did nothing wrong and claims he handed over the tapes. Sure he did. Right after receiving subpoenas demanding everything be preserved, he allegedly ordered the tapes to disappear, servers deleted, and files wiped clean. When Judge Engoron played that surveillance footage, the courtroom didn't just go quiet, it went completely, utterly, deathly silent for 45 full seconds. No one moved, no one breathed. Everyone understood they were watching a former president convict himself in high definition. Trump's attorneys looked like they had been hit by a truck, pale, wide-eyed, and speechless. Walt Nauta, the very person who received those orders, was present in the courtroom. Under oath, he confirmed the video is 100% authentic and admitted that Trump personally told him to delete the servers, wipe the files, and erase everything connected to the investigation. And now, things get even worse.
New footage has been uncovered as part of the release of more Jeffrey Epstein files showing the convicted sex offender in the company of young women. The video was taken in the kitchen of his Little St James home and shows Mr Epstein stepping onto a kitchen counter, hopping down and running after the women who were then running away from him. Their faces were blocked out to conceal their identities.
The timing of this video makes the entire situation even more devastating and damning. Recorded in June 2025, just hours after the federal subpoenas officially landed at Mar-a-Lago, This footage captures Trump at the precise moment he knew investigators were closing in fast. He had been warned in writing to preserve every single piece of evidence, yet what did he do? He allegedly stood there like a desperate man cornered by his own past, giving clear, unmistakable commands to his aide Walt Nauta to destroy everything in sight. Those servers and files he was so frantic to erase reportedly contained some of the most explosive and sensitive material imaginable. We're talking about records linked to the Jeffrey Epstein case, files that could potentially expose long-rumored connections and communications that Trump has spent years trying to distance himself from. There were also classified documents he was famously caught bragging about on the Bedminster tape, where he openly admitted they were still classified and showed them to unauthorized people. On top of that, sources suggest there were digital trails tied to broader investigations involving election subversion schemes and other sensitive matters from his time in office. Trump knew exactly what was stored there. He understood the catastrophic consequences if those materials survived and fell into the hands of prosecutors. So instead of complying with the subpoenas like any ordinary citizen would be forced to do, he chose the path of alleged obstruction. He gave the order to burn it all, on camera, in his own home, using his own security system. This wasn't a casual remark. This was a calculated attempt to wipe away the digital footprint of potential crimes. When you pair this June 2025 surveillance tape with the infamous Bedminster recording, you get what legal experts are calling a perfect two-act confession. In Act 1, Trump illegally retains classified documents and even flaunts them. In Act 2, when caught, he panics and tries to destroy the very evidence that could prove his wrongdoing. It's a narrative so clean and compelling that prosecutors couldn't have scripted it better themselves. And the evidence doesn't stop there. The cooperation of Susie Wiles, his former chief of staff, has poured gasoline on an already raging fire. She reportedly turned over dozens of internal White House documents and emails, detailing high-level Oval Office meetings where this cover-up strategy was discussed and planned. Her records align with the video timeline with almost eerie precision, dates, names, and specific instructions matching what we see Trump ordering on the tape. Video evidence, direct eyewitness testimony from Walt Nauta himself, who was in the room when the orders were given and later confirmed everything under oath, and these supporting internal memos now form an evidentiary fortress that is almost impossible for any defense team to dismantle. This isn't a weak circumstantial case. This is ironclad, multi-layered proof that has turned one single recording into the cornerstone of the prosecution. As a result, we are now looking at 37 separate felony counts, multiple charges of obstruction of justice for each direct order to destroy evidence, conspiracy for involving staff members in the scheme, destruction of records for every server and file allegedly erased, and perjury for every time Trump or his representatives lied under oath claiming full compliance. Judge Arthur Engoron himself described the video as undeniable proof of willful destruction and used the moment to issue a fresh contempt warning, especially significant because it came on the same day Trump had been publicly threatening Attorney General Letitia James with arrest. The message this sends to any future jury is crystal clear and devastating. This is a man who has spent his entire adult life believing the rules simply do not apply to him. This single tape doesn't just damage Trump's case, it completely buries him under the overwhelming weight of his own words, his own gestures, and his own arrogance captured in 4K resolution. In the upcoming criminal trial, prosecutors will treat this video as their absolute star exhibit. They will play it multiple times, slow it down, freeze-frame Trump's face at the exact moment he issues the orders, and display giant, easy-to-read transcripts on screens throughout the courtroom, so every single juror can both hear and read Trump's own voice condemning himself in real time. The emotional and visual impact on a jury of ordinary Americans cannot be overstated. In Congress, this footage is destined to become impeachment Exhibit A if any proceedings move forward. In the court of public opinion, it will dominate every news cycle, every social media platform, every family dinner conversation, and every late-night talk show for weeks, if not months. Millions upon millions of Americans, even some who have supported him in the past, will finally hear with their own ears a former president of the United States openly ordering the destruction of evidence just hours after being legally required to protect it. That 45 seconds of complete, deathly silence in the courtroom was truly historic. Courtrooms are normally busy, noisy environments filled with shuffling papers, whispered conversations, and the constant rustle of movement. But when Judge Engoron played this tape, everything stopped. No one dared move. No one breathed too loudly. It was the unmistakable sound of a multi-year legal defense collapsing in real time, of 37 felony counts turning from theoretical to ironclad, and of Donald Trump's own legendary arrogance finally becoming the weapon that seals his fate. Trump's political future is now hanging by the thinnest of threads. His legal freedom will almost certainly be measured in decades rather than years, and his legacy, no matter what else he achieved or claimed to achieve, will forever be stained by this humiliating, entirely self-inflicted wound. The moment he was caught on his own cameras acting like a desperate criminal instead of a former leader of the free world. The silence that fell over that courtroom on February 14, 2026, was only the beginning. The end is now clearly in sight, and when it finally arrives, it will deliver exactly what the mountain of evidence demands: full accountability, real consequences, and justice that has been long overdue. The video exists. The world has now seen it with its own eyes, and Donald Trump can no longer run, spin, or deny what he did on camera. And there you have it, folks. This is the beginning of the end. If you believe no one is above the law, not even former presidents, smash that like button right now. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and never miss these critical updates. Drop your comment below. Do you think this tape finally ends Trump's political career? Or will his supporters continue making excuses no matter what? I read every single comment. Share this video with anyone who still needs to see the truth. The more people watch this evidence, the harder it becomes to deny reality. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Trump Watch Daily, where power gets exposed.